So, right here I've got these two devices, of course. Um, I'm kind of getting tired of it, to be honest. So, I'm going to change it out. I'm actually going to change it to what I originally wanted to do on the system. So, what I originally wanted to do was put my alert expander plate with a speaker strobe, but I didn't because they did not make back boxes for those, ever. So I'll show you what I mean. This thing. So, yeah. But I'm going to put it up now. So, yeah. It does look like it could have a back box that was made for it. But who knows? Also, I fear these are really far apart. I hope this does not go on a 411 and a 411 only. That would not be fun. So, and then I also got a 25 volt speaker strobe to go with it. So, this, I don't know how I was able to make this speaker strobe work because this one you absolutely need an extension ring. I was able to make it work without one. You know, this side, you know, I made sure that it was flat against the metal, and then this side didn't really matter. So I probably will not put this back up because these pre-LED Wheelock devices are a pain to install. Like I was just like, yeah, Wheelock, I rock with y'all, you're tough, but you have got to grow up. You've got to get keyhole screw slots. And they did. They did with the LED devices. At first they didn't have them, but nowadays they do on the LED ones. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get Impact. This thing got bent quite a bit. Come on out, please. Okay, there it is, and yeah, the label on the back is destroyed, pretty much. So, I'm going to take the speaker off, take the neck off, which is going to send the panel into trouble. Alright. Just like that. It's not bent too bad. Hold on. Okay. Stupid stuff going on. Okay. Oh, jeez. be quiet. The alert knack. Okay. So that was the kind of the hard part. This stroke comes off real easy in this situation. Still no keyhole screw slots. Why didn't you grow up, Weelock? Why didn't you grow up back then? Why'd you have to wait until now? Why'd you have to make the best looking devices be the hardest to install this way, you know? Like, why? And another trouble incoming. Okay. And resistor off, just like that. There is our second trouble for the fire knack. Ooh, come on. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to use the top box. I was thinking about using the bottom box, but I'm just like, yeah. So this is the fire knack. Get the plate. All right. Yeah, I didn't do this the first time around because, like I said, there was no back box for these things. So that's a pretty good fit. What do y'all think? Right. So next we go ahead and land our alert knack on E+ and E-. Okay, we're down to one trouble. Just go ahead and shove that in that box. Okay. Now, got a little bit of an unboxing here. That's right, everybody's favorite. Brand new. So before I put this up, I need to change some things. And in order to do that, I need to take this cover off. I also need to take the cover off to install it. That's what one looks like without the cover. And this is pretty nice. It's got this little gasket around speaker. So there's a cup for temporal strobe, which I'm not going to do that. I don't really want that. Then there's your candela settings, and then there are your audio settings. This is a 25 volt speaker. Oh boy, there's a skunk around here. I smell it. I've been seeing skunks around here lately, so I'm going to put that to 2 watts and then 110 candela. Oof, I smell that thing. It's very close to here. I seriously hope it's not in here. That is actually worrisome. Goodness sakes. My oh my, does it smell. Anyway. So there's 4 connections on the back. There's SPKR, C, S+, and S-. So you take your S+ and S-, you put your end-of-line resistor there, and then you put your strobe wires on that, and that will clear that trouble. Just like that. Resistor doesn't seem to want to sit in there, but as long as the panel's not in trouble, that is fine with me. And then next, go ahead and now the speaker is not supervised because the way that I have this set up is not up to code. Get on there. So there you go. And then this goes on here. And then we just need some 4 square screws. Which there are at least 2 right here. So I will get all 4 put on here, and then put the cover on, and then we will test it. Ah! Come on. Seriously? There's a spider down here, and I go and reach for that. You know what? It's not even worth it. Because I have this. Grab my stuff. Alright, it's almost done. Just need the cover wherever it went. There it is. And this goes on here. Just kind of like so. And then like that. That looks awesome. All right. Let's give it a test, see how it sounds.
Please. May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency.
The camera's actually capturing it pretty well.
In the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators.
That sounds pretty good. All right, let's look at the alert side.
May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert.
Sounds pretty good.
For this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance.
It's a little quiet.
May I have your attention? The National Weather Service has issued
That's
a
better.
severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance. May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance. May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance. May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance.
Oh my gosh.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building.
Wow.
Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators.
You could probably hear that from the streets. Hi, kitty. Wow. That's pretty crazy. I don't have any Edwards voices. I don't really like the Edwards messages, and as far as I've been able to look, I haven't found any mass notification stuff for them, so kind of at a dead end there. Yeah, it doesn't want to go on perfect. But, yeah, wow. That's what I wanted to do originally. This is best for flush mount applications, but it fits fine on that. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to go into programming. And I'm going to change the NAC outputs from Wheelock Sync to what? I'm going to change the outputs to, what is going on here? System error? I'm going to change it just to constant output. Okay, what is going on here? You know what? This should fix it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this panel hasn't been rebooted in a little while. I don't think that's gonna fix it though. Oh, well, it sure did. Okay, so let's go to group. Gonna be edit group, FireNAC, group properties. No, that's not it. I think it's zone. This one, it's got to be this one. Yep, here we go. Yeah. So manual pull. Group 1 activates cadence 1. So that's... is that March time? What in the world? Okay. So that's zone 1. And then we go and change weather manual activation. And go to supervisory. Whoops. What is this? Okay, supervisory. It's set to 20. 20? So we want that on constant. And then go to zone 3. So basically, what this does is it allows you to have different output patterns for different events. So like it's mainly like, you know, if you wanted to, you know, you could do temporal 3 for the pull station and then maybe March time for water flow. Something like that. So that's good right there. And the reason I'm doing this is because the Edwards strobes, they actually have the ability to, if you have them all on the same circuit, if you have a bunch on the same circuit, they will actually all sync together. And that's what like enhanced means, like enhanced genesis, enhanced integrity. That's what they mean, is that they are interconnectable and they will sync up. You don't need a sync module. The only thing is that if you have more than one circuit, you will need some sort of, you know, way to keep them all synced. And the way you do that is by getting an Edwards booster panel. So see how different this acts now.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency.
That's enough of that. And so, yeah, the time and date got reset. Let's give this guy a go.
May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance. May I have your attention, please? The National Weather Service has issued a severe weather alert for this area. Tune to local radio and television stations for further guidance.
So, no, these will not sync up together. They're on two different circuits, first of all, and, you know, it's not on Edwards power supply.
May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? A fire emergency has been reported in the building. Please leave the building by the nearest exit. Do not use the elevators.
No, I wouldn't count on being able to hear that from the street, but that is still pretty cool. So, yeah, there's a fun little video. Now it's dark as can be out here. So, yeah, I am going to do some more videos on that soon. It's just I've been so busy with work. I've been taking over some jobs, and they're pretty far away. So, like, most of the time, it takes me an hour to get home, and that's if I'm lucky. So, yeah, anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and I would talk to y'all real soon.